Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today we are going to present our geography holiday homework of the topic conservation of forest and wildlife in front of you. After listening the topic, you must be thinking what is conservation. So let's see what is conservation without wasting any time. Conservation is necessary to preserve the ecological diversity and our life support systems such as air, water, and soil. Every part of world will be green if every heart of human is green. So for your next generation to grow tall like a trees, plant more of them. With this, I would like Ayush to give us the brief information about conservation of forest and wildlife.
Conservation refers to preservation and management of plant and animal species to protect them from being extinct. Forests can be conserved by maintaining biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, and national parks, zoological parks, and botanical gardens. Biosphere reserve. A biosphere reserve is a place reserved for all life forms found in a particular area. Biodiversity is the diversity of plant and animal life found in particular area. It also deals with the interrelationship and interaction with their environment. A biosphere reserve comprises an area which can be divided into many zones, each having a particular activity. The zones of biosphere can be named as core, buffer zone, and manipulation zone. Biosphere reserves help in protecting wild population, traditional lifestyle of regional people, and also domestication of plant and animal life. Panchmarhi Biosphere Reserve and Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve are the important biosphere reserves of India. A biosphere reserve comprises of a number of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Rajiv Gandhi National Park, Silent Valley National Park, Mukurti Wildlife Sanctuary, and Mudumalai Tiger Reserve. The Mudumalai National Park hosts a variety of flora such as Begonia malabarica, rosewood, coral trees, etc. The Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve is the first Indian biosphere reserve. Plants and animals confined are known as flora and fauna.
Preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we have ever known. With this quote, my aim was to instill the sense of unity and importance of Mother Earth. So I would like Utkarsh Rai to tell us about conservation methods in which we can protect our flora and fauna from destruction.
In this slide, basically, we are going to see some conservation methods of forest and wildlife. Conservation of forest, reforestation of deforested area as soon as possible, ban on indiscriminate cutting of trees, conservation of wildlife, developing protected areas such as national parks, wildlife sanctuaries to protect the animals in their natural habitat. The endangered and vulnerable species can be kept in captivity in places such as zoos and zoos to increase their population.
One such great project launched by Indian government is Project Tiger. So I would like Astitha to give us the information about it.
Project Tiger is a wildlife conservation movement initiated in India in 1973 to protect tigers. Project Tiger, launched in 1973 to 1974, is one of our successful conservation ventures in the recent times. The project aims at tiger conservation in especially constituted tiger reserves, which are representative of various biogeographical regions falling within India. It strives to maintain a viable tiger population in the natural environment.
Thank you, Astitha. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. So I request Ayushwan to tell us about community and conservation.
Community and conservation. Community-based conservation is future of biodiversity protection. It has the best impact over the long term. It is flexible enough to be used in communities all around the world. It is low cost and it is empowering to the local people. One strategy of community-based conservation is co-management or joint management of a protected area. Co-management combines local people's traditional knowledge of environment with modern scientific knowledge of scientists. This combination of knowledge can lead to increased biodiversity and better management of the protected area.
One such great example is the community of villagers of Uttarakhand in 1972 that launched Chipko movement to protect trees from private contractors. So I would like first to introduce about the Chipko movement and how they performed that task.
The Chipko movement or Chipko Andolan was a forest conservation movement in India. It began in 1973 in Uttarakhand, then a part of Uttar Pradesh at the foothills of Himalayas, and went on to become a rally point for many future environmental movements all over the world. It created a precedent for starting non-violent protests in India. Sunderlal Bahuguna, a Gandhian activist who gave the movement a proper direction, and its success meant that the world immediately took notice of this non-violent movement, which was to inspire in time many similar eco groups by helping to slow down the rapid deforestation, expose vested interests, increase social awareness and the need to save trees, increase ecological awareness, and demonstrate the viability of people power. He used the slogan, Ecology is the permanent economy. Above all, it stirred up the existing civil society in India, which began to address the issues of tribal and marginalized people, and it's true that the support for the movement came mainly from the womenfolk. The Chipko Andolan or the Chipko movement is a movement that practiced methods of Satyagraha where both male and female activity cests.
Well, this brings us to the end of the presentation. And in this presentation, we have seen about what is conservation, types of conservation methods, types of projects started by the government like Project Tiger, community and conservation. I hope our presentation was helpful and informative.